Hey guys, it's Joey, behind the scenes in the Chucky's fight video, the awesome foundation that my second cousins do, and behind the camera all the time, we're going to capture a beautiful face. This is Mary.
Hello.
Chucky, the main man, and you want to do it?
Hey, good afternoon. This is Chucky Roser. I'm down here at Seabrook Beach, New Hampshire. It's March 22nd. It's 75 degrees, and the water's up to 45 degrees. Managed to stay clean and sober. Hope everybody out there that's trying is doing the same.
It's Joey Denziano, and I'm with the champ, Charles Roser, my second cousin, and we have a charity called Chucky'S, which helps kids. We teach kids drug and alcohol prevention. I have some questions I'm going to ask Charles, so let's get into this. When and how did Chucky'S fight first start?
Chucky'S fight started like 5 years ago. My father wanted to find a way to, get the word out because of the tragedy that I lost my two older brothers and he lost his two sons to drug and alcohol abuse. And so what he started to do is he would jump in the water every single day, basically as a way of like visiting my brothers, and because he spread the ashes in the ocean. So what he did is, since he was doing that anyways, a lot of people sometimes would come in the wintertime when it was snowing and they would see him jumping in the ocean. So since this is something he did anyway, he started getting people and corporations to jump in the water with him, and after that started happening, he started to have people start donating money to help with the substance abuse problems with kids, and that's what he uses the money for, going around school and helping kids. So that's how Chucky'S fight started. It was just kind of, my dad would jump in the water every day in the cold, and then people started seeing it, and we kind of go from there.
It's pretty crazy. I actually took a dip with him in March a few years ago. Oh, it's not that bad. Hi. Woo!
You ready?
You want to take it first, and then I'll do the stuff?
1, 2.
So this is the earliest step that I'll ever do. I have to go a little more. Oh man, it's actually not that bad. So y'all ready? Woo! Oh my God, yeah! Woo! Taking a dip in what? Yeah, buddy! Woo! I feel like a champ like Charles. Oh, that was awesome. So, when they passed, it was tough, but how did our family put a negative into a positive?
That's exactly what I try to do. It's always tough when something bad happens, but anytime something bad happens, try to look at the positives of it, and that's what we did. We try to look at it like things happen for a reason. Maybe that the reason for them passing was so we could educate the entire world even on the dangers of substance abuse by teaching the kids at a young age how bad it is, and hopefully it can save a lot more people's lives.
And he does a great job presenting, and many kids do get inspired by Chucky. How does it feel to give back and make a positive difference in the community?
I think that's what it's all about. It's trying to have everybody understand and have everyone be a part of something, and have someone have something to look for each day. I think it's good. How have your brother's death shaped you and your family to who you guys are today? Pretty much everything that happened, it made us really close as a family. I have two younger brothers, Lucas and Francis, a sister Teresa who's younger, and obviously my mom and dad, and it really brought us really close together as a family. So I think that's the thing that it did the most. And now that we have the Chucky'S fight, it's something that, something that we can all work on, and kind of gives my parents something to work on and really be passionate about, and that's what I think is the best thing about it.
Honestly, when Chucky goes into ocean, it's a special moment, and special moment for you as well?
Yeah, I mean, I always love to go in the ocean, but it's really even more special now, knowing that when we do it, my mother films it, and we can get the donation, knowing that it's for a good cause, is really the most important thing about it.
How does Chucky take dips in frigid New England blizzards, and how does he raise money while taking those dips?
That's a good question. I think it's a good one to ask him, but I think I do know the reason he does it. It's really because he's passionate about helping the children, and it's his way to cope with the pain that it causes him. I know it's obviously really hard for what he went through, and for him it's a way that he can wake up and remember my brothers and jump in the water, and that's how I think how he deals with the pain. It's kind of his way of coping with it.
Why is it important to teach kids alcohol and drug abuse?
It's the most important thing. I think the good analogy my dad uses is like, if you can teach a kid not to touch a hot stove when he's young, there's no reason you can't teach him not to do drugs. It's some things that some people don't know. There's some of the smartest adults and parents. They're very well educated. They know everything, but they have no idea about drugs, and they don't really know how to teach them. There's no way you can teach someone something if you've never learned it or if you don't know anything about it yourself. So that's, I think, the key is the education on the entire thing, is to educate the youth and even educate the parents so they can teach the youth.
Can you tell us at least one inspirational story from a student that Chucky talked to?
There's thousands of testimonials. My dad's gone all over the high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, everywhere, all over the place. He's even went to jails and stuff like that to talk to a lot of people in juvenile detention centers and everywhere. But I remember there was one letter I remember reading that one of the kids wrote, and it was just saying that he really learned a lot, like, from the way my dad said it. He said that when he went home, he couldn't promise that he wouldn't do drugs again, but he said after he heard my dad speak, he smashed his his pipe that he used to use drugs with, and he said he would try right there. And just the fact that you could tell the kid was really genuine and honest about it. He didn't say he would never do anything again, but obviously it touched him enough that he went home and he felt the pain and saw the agony that it can cause. So that was just a little one, but there's thousands of them that I've read, and I can't even pick out one at all because there's so many of them.
And I believe you can go read the testimonies on our website, chuckysfight.com. Can you update us on the family? First, can you update us on your sister Teresa?
Yep. Like I said, I have a younger sister Teresa, two younger brothers Lucas and Francis. Teresa right now she graduated from William Woods University. She's a horse trainer, so she's world champion and equestrian rider. She's really passionate about horses. She always has been since she's a kid. She's actually currently came down to visit me in Florida now, so she's enjoying the sun down here with me. We spent some time, so I haven't got to see her for the last couple of years since I moved down here. So she's doing really well. She's really happy with what she does, and that's it. And the twins have already grown up. They're legit the perfect children. Yeah, my little brothers Lucas and Francis, they're identical twin boys. I still look at them as little kids, but they're 18 now. They're seniors in high school, and they're both applying to colleges. They get basically straight A's. They all take higher honor classes in high school, so they're looking to get into a really good college. They just taking their SATs and everything now. But even more so than that, they're also athletes, student athletes. They both were captains of the wrestling team senior year, and they took first and second in the state championship. My brother Lucas took first place in the state championship wrestling, and my brother Francis took second. So that's really a hard thing, especially since they spend a lot of time academically doing all that stuff. The to be able to, concentrate. Wrestling is a very hard work, dedication sport that they're able to do very well in both. I'm really proud of them for that.
They even wrote a book.
They did.
And it's published. You can go get it. This is one of my favorite stories. You know this. Can you tell us how you found your career in fighting?
Yeah, when I moved down to Florida 5 years ago, it kind of changed my life. Living back home was a little bit tough with just all the people, places, and things around. So I moved to Florida to start over new. And just after I graduated college, I went to culinary school, Johnson & Wales. But once I came down here, I had a passion for culinary arts and cooking, and I had a job at a restaurant. But I felt like I needed something else. Like I couldn't just be regular working person all day. So I wanted to try something new. I wanted to get into a new hobby. So I've always been interested in like boxing and stuff like that. So I was on the bus one day on the way to work, and someone told me about a boxing gym. So the next day I rode my bike to work. I rode past the boxing gym, stopped in, and when I went in there, I met a couple different UFC fighters, and I got to train with them and stuff. And from that moment, I realized that if I really wanted to do this, I could do it. And I kind of just started training, like slowly took it day by day. Eventually got a fight, and I was really, really good at it. So, that's what they told me. I was really good. So they said I was better than normal. So they said if I stick with it, I could make a career out of it. And I just stuck with it and worked really hard. And finally now I'm 8-0 as a professional, and everything's going great with it. It's my main job now. Now I only work part-time as a chef. So it's really a dream come true for me that I came down here with nothing, and now I'm a professional athlete. It's really a dream come true.
Where you work?
I work at Cut 432. It's a steakhouse in Delray Beach. 5-star steakhouse, really, really good. I used to work full-time there, and as my fighting career progressed and I got better and better and turned professional, I was able to work part-time as a chef and full-time as a fighter.
He trains at American Top Team with UFC veteran Charles McCaffrey. When you were an amateur, you were ranked #1 in the country. Yep, that's my cousin right there. Was there any pressure at all?
For me, I didn't feel a lot of pressure fighting because that's what I love to do. So I knew going in there whether I win or lose, as long as I tried my best, that's all that mattered for me. But there was a little bit of pressure going from the amateurs to the pros because your record starts over new. I fought 20 fights as an amateur, and when I went professional, my record got wiped back to 0-0 after winning 18 fights as an amateur. So, and then a lot of people, the critics would say, he hasn't been tested yet. It's his first fight. But for me, that was just motivation. I looked at that stuff as motivation. So that's what I did, and now I'm 8-0 as a professional, and I'm on my way. So.
What are your goals, not only in fighting but also in your life?
My goals in fighting is to make it to the UFC and become the UFC champion.
Which you will do.
I will do my best, and that's my goal. The minute I realize that I don't think that's a possibility is when I'll stop fighting. And there's a lot of other things I feel like I could focus on. I want to do. I'm also a chef. I went to culinary school. That was my my main goal. I went to school for 4 years, but I'm really passionate about that. But most of all is this Chucky's fight thing. I think this is something that the Chucky's fight is something I really feel like I can help people, and that's I think the most important thing is being able to help a lot of people who might not have the knowledge and education to learn about this stuff. And that's my goal, is to spread the education throughout all the people, so they can learn about this, and they can stop tearing people's lives apart and affecting so many people throughout the world. So this is also something I think I'll look forward to after my fighting career. And I feel like my fighting career is going to help build Chucky's fight, because once I get to the national level, fighting on TV and things, I'll be able to represent Chucky's fight on my shorts and banner, and all over the place. It'll be worldwide, and that's my ultimate goal.
What is your message to kids dealing with drugs and alcohol?
that there is my message to those people will be that there is help. A lot of people feel that there's no hope almost when they get into that point, and there absolutely is. I've seen it firsthand a lot of times that if you can get the right people and you can get the right therapist and the right people to talk about your problems, and that there is an answer for it and there is help. And that's what I think Chucky's Fight does, is they help sponsor a lot of people who may not have the funds and stuff like that to get into treatment centers, and also education for young adults that ultimately leads to the ultimate goal is getting people off the drugs or not even doing them in the first place.
What's the message to your fans?
My fight fans? I just want you to keep following me. That's my I hope to make the UFC and just keep following my career and maybe grow with me. I think right now I'm 8-0, so 1 or 2 more fights I'll be in the UFC, and from there I can keep building, hopefully become a world champion. And once I can get to that, if I can achieve that goal, I think it really will be Chucky's Fight will really be able to grow with me and be worldwide.
You can follow him on Twitter.
Yep. On Twitter, you can follow me, Charles Rosa MMA, on Twitter, and you can find me on Facebook, and also Instagram is also Charles Rosa MMA.
And also on Facebook, we have a Chucky's Fight page. How does the legacy of your brothers help you fight?
I think that's the most important thing. Like, I usually don't say much about it, but I think that's what motivates me the most. The mornings I don't want to wake up and to train, or sometimes when things get tough, I just I think about my brothers, and I always look at it like I have each one of my brothers on each one of my shoulders, and that's how I look at it. And that's also how I go into battle. When I go into the cage and I go to fight, I look at it like I have 2 people with me watching over me all the time. So I feel like instead of having one person fighting, I'm fighting with 3 people, or anything in life, anything that I'm doing, is I always have somebody with me helping, so it makes everything in life easier.
When did the YouTube videos first start for?
I think the YouTube video started like 4 years ago. I think Chucky's Fight started about 4.5 years ago. Then they started doing the YouTube videos to kind of help get it out there, because a lot of people would know about him jumping in the ocean, but they didn't really believe it. So sometimes you got to see it to believe it, and then when you see him jumping in the water when it's snowing out, it's pretty amazing.
It is.
And that's pretty cool.
Our YouTube page is called Chucky's Fight, so check it out. Charles, you're definitely a family person. What does family mean to you?
Family is the most important thing. That's what obviously helped me get through the tragedy with my brothers, and I love my little brothers, my sister, mother, and father. I think that everything that's happened has brought us real close together. But family is the most important thing, because those are the people that are there when sometimes things aren't always going so well. So very important to me.
Is there any approaches that Chucky does when he presents?
His approach is a little bit different. And I think it's why it gets through so well. Is a lot of people's approaches is through is kind of a little bit his approach is very hard nosed. He tells it as it is. He doesn't kind of sugarcoat it or do anything like that. He'll tell you. A lot of people try to beat around the bush like psychologists and therapists, which it isn't bad because they're professionals, they're trained. But it's very hard to get a juvenile, especially a juvenile delinquent, people that have had drug problems, to listen to a doctor or a psychologist that has never gone through any of the struggles that they're preaching about. So I think that's why my father comes in. He's a very tough guy. He says it straight as it is, and I think he gets the kids' respect, which is I think the most important thing, because once you get their respect, then they will listen to you a little bit more, I feel, and that's what makes you so successful, I feel like.
Are there any future plans for Chucky's Fight?
The future, right now everything's going really well. My dad has been going around, around all of New England, talking to students throughout different schools, juvenile detention centers, educating the youth. So everything's going really good with that. The future plans, as far as, I think, like, my main goal is definitely to make it grow, because right now it's pretty well known in New England, but I want to grow it so it's worldwide, because it's not just problems in New England, it's problems all over the United States and all over the world. So if I can help it grow to the next level, then that would be the ultimate goal.
We're also going to have a chili cook-off. We made a PSA, which will be at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Why should people donate to Chucky's Fight?
I think donating to Chucky's Fight would be good just because it's to help people. Like any charity, every dime that goes to it goes to help the children or help youth or help people that are struggling. So I feel like it's just a positive thing. If you want to help people, I'm pretty sure everybody knows somebody that battles with addiction in some way or another, whether it's an aunt, uncle, sibling or whatever, or even a friend that, to know that what my dad's doing is it's really from the bottom of his heart. He started this charity because of what happened with my younger brother, my two older brothers, Dominic and Vincent, and that's what it's for.
So, we're hosting an event on Tuesday, July 1st, 2014. His dad, Chucky, makes the best chili ever. So, we're going to see if that's true. We're going to have a chili cook-off contest. It'll be at our home in Seabrook Beach on the Tone Street entrance. Those who want to participate will have to pay a $15 fee, and those who just want to be a taster, it's $5, and the tasters will decide who will be the first place and second place, and we will have some great prizes. We're also going to do a Chucky's Fight dip, which is free, obviously. Charles is going to be there, sign autographs. We're going to have, gear to purchase for Chucky's Fight. Also, Charles shirts. We also have dog tags. And a lot of people, I bet you guys are wondering how you can get in touch with us. And for appearances, donations, to take the dip with Chucky, even purchase the Twins book. Well, I have that answer for you. You can send us an email at chuckysfight@gmail.com or visit our website, www.chuckysfight.com. And I'm going to have my cousin end this video.
Alright, I'll see you guys July 1st at the beach.
Peace!